Hello and welcome to another OLLO Life episode. In this one we're going to talk about the frequently asked questions. It's going to be a boring one. Stay tuned. Alright, let's dive in. Number 1. When do I receive a proper invoice after I place my order? The invoice is in the package, so check your package. In case it's not there for whatever reason, reach out to us through our email channels, chat channels, or whatever communication channel fits you best. Second, I cannot log into my account on your website to complete the order. So if you cannot log in, it means you probably forgot your password. There's a very nice and neat link to update your password, or there's another situation possible, which is that you've made the account before we switched to a different provider for our web store, and due to GDPR, we could not transfer all the data to the new web store, which means that your account is no longer active and available. So you need to create a new one. You can do that on by yourself, or you can just reach out to our support team and we'll create one for you, send you the activation link. It's a one-click thing, and you can proceed from there. Number 3. I have an EU-registered VAT number and I'd like to have the VAT deducted from the invoice. How do I do this? That's pretty simple. So when you enter the checkout process in the cart, on the bottom left you will have a field where you can enter your VAT number. If it is active in the VS database, the prices will be adjusted in the final steps on the checkout, and the VAT will be deducted for you. In case something goes wrong, feel free to reach out. We can always do it manually as well. Some countries will have restrictions on that deduction, and in that case you can double check or pre-check in the VS database yourself before you enter the checkout if you're not sure what all of that means. Number 4. My country is not on the list of the shipping destinations. We do ship everywhere, it's not a problem. The thing is, some destinations have extremely high costs for shipping there. And because of that reason, we cannot offer a flat rate for those destinations. So our shipping costs are $24.90 at the moment, and this is valid for any destination that we ship to. Some destinations will cost up to 70, 80, 100 euros even, and those destinations are not on the list with a flat rate. We need to do that manually for you. We'll let you know exactly what the costs are, and if everything is fine, if you agree with that, we'll create a manual order for you. To continue, do you offer any discounts? Yeah, we do. We have quite a few programs available. If we talk about discounts in general, we don't really like them. One of the main reasons is that we are all basically, musicians and artists, and we've seen how the audio industry or the music industry in general is losing its momentum. It's losing its attractiveness when it comes to pricing. So many of artists have to play gigs for free or for a 6-pack of beers or something, which is, I think, unacceptable. Part of the problem are, we ourselves as artists, we accept this kind of deals, and it's a spiral effect all the way down. So we don't want to be involved in offering too many discounts and free gigs and free stuffs and free bits and all these free things, which essentially leads to destroying the industry within. So we do offer discounts with good reasons. For example, we offer B-stocks, which are headphones like this one, with maybe minor scratches from the manufacturing process, so they are perfectly well built. They have the same sonics as the A stock, but with minor scratches, and those come with a lower price. We also have discounts for students, and we do offer endorsement program for selected audio engineers. So go check that out. But as a rule of thumb, we do not offer discounts per se. How do you store my personal data? We are using a lot of different IT support SaaS softwares. For example, we use HubSpot, we use Shopify as a provider for the web store. We use Gmail, the business version of it for email communication. So your data is stored on all sorts of servers all over the world. And of course, you have the right to ask to delete those data from us, so you can reach to our customer service, state your name, your email address, and we'll purge all the data we have on you from all of our services. So from the HubSpot, which is the CRM provider from Gmail, and from our web store. The only data that cannot be purged is the data from invoicing. So your invoice cannot be deleted. It will be there until the end of days, I guess. But if you have any questions about this, of course, reach out and we'll try to sort it out. To continue, shipping. What's the difference between the DHL Express shipping and the standard shipping option? So the DHL Express is exactly that. It's express. It takes roughly 1 to 3 days. Normally, sometimes it can be up to 5 days if there are some corona issues or if there's holidays involved and stuff like that. And the standard shipping is basically using local post services. So we send with Pošta Slovenia, which is our carrier. And they usually, normally they use your local national post offices to deliver the package. And that can take from 8 days up to 30 days around the world. Of course, the standard option is a lot cheaper. The DHL is $24.90, although we do many times offer free express shipping for those customers that pay full price on the headphones. When will my headphones arrive? Well, you will get a tracking number in your order confirmation email, so you can log into your account, check the tracking information over there and see when they're expected. Side notes, when we are using, or if you choose to use standard shipping is many times not regularly updated. So for example, I know for a fact actually that Canadian Post will not communicate with our post, which means that your tracking will not be updated until it's actually arrived. So when it is arrived and you sign up for the package, then the tracking is updated. In the meantime, there is no updates on your parcel. With DHL, of course, that's a lot different. You will have updates daily. What happens if my package gets lost? Well, first we check with the carrier what happened, where the package is, if it's still on the way, or is it actually lost. And only once we receive confirmation from the carrier that the package was actually lost, then we will proceed with reimbursement of your purchase, or we will send you another unit. Duties for non-EU destinations, for example, Britain with Brexit, they are considered now a third country in a way, so shipping outside of EU means that you will have to pay your duties and taxes locally. So inside EU, we pay for the taxes no matter where you are. If you're in UK or if you're in USA, Canada, Australia, whatever, you will have import duties and they are subject to change. So it's something that you need to double check. We cannot know that and cannot really check for you. So the best way is to know your local laws, reach out to your local customs officers if you're in any doubt. Usually these costs are somewhere between 18-20% up to about 30% at some destinations that are like really highly taxed for importing. Yeah, that is it. Oh, one more thing. When it comes to duties, duties are charged to you by your local government, which means that in case of a return of a product, you will not get that money back from us, but you will have to ask your local governments to refund you. What does a 30 days trial period actually mean? Well, we know for a fact it's very challenging and hard to make a decision, a purchase decision on a piece of gear like the headphones without actually trying them, without knowing how they sound, how they fit your ears, what is the clamping force and all the details. Just, by scrolling through the web page or listening to reviews. The best way is obviously to try them out, and what we offer is 30 days trial. So when you buy them, it doesn't matter what is the channel, either through using some discounts, fine, either web store, either with an installment plan. It doesn't really matter. When you purchase our product, you will have 30 days time to evaluate them, and if you don't like them, you ship them back. And side notes, we are human, so we don't really complicate things. If it's 31 or 32 days, it's fine. Just reach out to us and we'll give you all the details on how to return those. Yeah, and that's it. When does the trial period actually start? Well, it starts the moment you get them. So the delivery date is the starting date for the 30 days trial. It's not your purchase date. What if I want to try more than one product? Well, if you want to try more than one product, obviously you can buy both S4X and S4R models, and you will have 30 days for both of those models. If you want to do that using installment plan, then you have to do it twice. So go through the checkout first for the first unit and then again for the second unit, and you can then return both or one of those units back and get a refund. What is the return process after the trial? So you'll need to pack this in the original packaging for safety reasons. So store your box, don't destroy it when you're opening the headphones. We need that box to protect the headphones properly and get them back. Inside, it's nice to write the ticket number. So when you when you start a refund process, you will get a ticket number, or at least your invoice number. So some way to identify you. We do get a lot of packages in, and we need to know who these headphones were sent to. So we can inspect them first. We check that everything is fine, that you didn't break them. That all the content is there, so the cable is there, the pouch is there, the certificate is there, everything is fine, and then we issue a refund the next day. Yes, so that's it. The return address is available on our webpage, or if you're confused about this, of course, reach out to our customer support. What happens if the headphones get damaged during the testing period, or if I lose some of the accessories? Can I still return them? Yes, of course you can return them. We'll just check what the damage actually is. If it is substantial, then we will probably deduct a portion of the refund, usually between 5 or 15%. But worry not, again, we are human, and if there is a minor scratch or minor sign of usage, we can always refurbish them, get them back into the workshop and make them as new, or actually we make them new. So it's not a big deal unless it is like, if you throw them on the floor and it's a massive damage, then we'll have to find some sort of arrangement. I ordered at Amazon, I wish to return. How do I do that? Well, easily. It's you just need to. The process is basically the same as if you would buy them directly from us, because we are the Amazon sellers. We ship. Although you purchase that on Amazon, it's the process of returning is exactly the same as if you would buy them with us. So you need to pack them, ship them to our address, and we will refund you your purchase through the Amazon Sellers Central. And what about resellers and distributors? So if you bought our product with a reseller, a local store or online store such as Musiker, you need to return the product to them. If you have problems doing that, then reach out to us and we'll find a way. Instalments. How does the trial period work in installments? Well, it's the same as any other purchase. So you just click on pay in installments, PayPal will open for you, fill out the form with all the details and start the subscription. You will only pay the first down payment. Everything else will be divided into 12 installments. And that's basically it. The trial period is actually for 40 days. It can happen that your first installment will already be taken out of your account before we get them back. So worry not, we will refund your full purchase. So the down payment and any one or two installments that might be taken out of your account during that trial period. Can I use installment plan for B-stock models? Unfortunately, no. So the installment plan is only set up for A-stock models. Yeah, well, that's basically, there's not much we can do about that. How does the installment payment work? Well, you need a PayPal account. That's the ideal option. You can also create a PayPal account while you're in the process of setting up installments plan. And PayPal in some countries, not all, but in some countries it offers a payment with a debit or credit card without creating the PayPal account. So if that is an option, you can use that as well, and you will also create a subscription that will take 20 euros out of your account for 12 months in this installment period. So it's not absolutely mandatory to have a PayPal account, but it is a nice thing because you will see all the details when it's when the dates are. You can communicate with us through PayPal as well. So I would strongly recommend that you do make an account with PayPal. I've just placed an order but never entered my shipping details. Yeah, that's something that happens with PayPal. So when you create your account, you need to enter your shipping, billing information, and everything in the account. What happens many times is that, well, you guys have been using PayPal maybe for 10 years and you have not updated your shipping information in the PayPal, which is what we get when you set up a subscription-based installment plan. We get the billing and delivery information from your PayPal account directly, which means you're not actually entering it anywhere in this process. So that's when we double check everything. So if you place an order using installments, we will send you an email to double check if all the delivery details are correct, and we will not ship the units to you without confirmation. That's because in the past we've seen that a lot of users of PayPal will have old data, old information about billing and shipping. Can I pay the rest of installments in one sum? Yes, you can. You can terminate this sooner. by paying off the rest of installments in one sum, if that is what you want. Can I use the endorser, student, or whatever status with the installment plan? Unfortunately not. Installments are only available for A stock units with full price without any special statuses. So as mentioned before, we do have discounts or special deals for endorsers and students. Shipping info will be, if you're using installments, shipping info will be in your confirmation email, which will be sent to the email you're using with PayPal. So again, be careful if you have a different email from the past that you've used for creating the PayPal account and you're not actually using that email anymore, then all our communication will go to a wrong email address and you will not be notified about things. So if you can update your email in PayPal to the one you're using, or at least make sure that you have access to it. Warranty. Is cable in warranty? Well, cable warranty is limited to 3 months. That's because the nature of cables and their strong exposure to use and misuse is something that we cannot take into warranties. So 3 months it is. If the cable works, everything is fine. Beyond that point, it's something that comes from misuse. So this is the same with other companies as well. So it's not something special that we've came up with. If you'll have a problem in this 3 months period, just reach out to us through help desk and we will replace your cable. That's it. Is warranty transferable to another person? Yes, warranty is transferable to another person, so you can sell this if you don't want them anymore, if whatever reason, you can sell them on the market, on eBay or whatever. And the warranty will be transferred to the new owner as long as the new owner has the original invoice. So if you're planning to selling this anytime in the future, make sure you save your invoice. That's the only way to use the 5-year limited warranty. And what does it actually mean, 5-year limited warranty? So as mentioned, the cable and the ear pads are the part of the headphones that are not included in the 5-year warranty. Everything else is. So in this 5-year warranty, we provide all the spare parts. We'll guide you through whatever changes are needed. We can, of course, take the headphones back into the workshop and repair them there. The difference is that for the first 2 years, we cover all the shipping costs both ways. After 2 years, for the subsequent 3 years, so 3 to 5, we cover all the repair costs while the shipping costs are excluded. More on the limited warranty you can find on our webpage. In the footer there's a nice link and you can check everything that is in details explained over there. Another frequently asked question is, how do I apply for the endorsement? At the moment you can still apply on our webpage. Sometimes it's a closed application, so when there's too many people asking for endorsement, we cannot actually endorse everybody. So we need to regulate that a little bit. And the requirements to enter endorsement are getting higher every year. So 3 years ago, if you were a musician, that was enough. 2 years ago, you need to actually, be a full-time professional in the field to get endorsed. And last year we've changed that to having a company registered. So these things are it's getting more and more difficult to become one of our endorsers. And the number one reason is the sheer volume of people asking for endorsement. We cannot run a business on endorsement alone. so we need to regulate that, and only a portion of our customers can actually be endorsed by us, and vice versa. So go ahead, apply, and if it gets granted, you will have the endorsement deal with us. Details on the endorsement you can check on the website, or you can always reach our customer support. I would like to review your products. So reviewers are, of course, very, very welcomed. You can reach out to us again through the form and explain a little bit about yourself, what you do, what is your channels. Is this a written review? Is it a YouTube-based, a video review? How do you operate? What's your reach? And we can come to an agreement. We have several options for reviewers, so reach out to us and we'll find a way to collaborate. I'm interested in reselling your products. Again, very welcome. We are open to resellers all over the world, so including Europe. Although we do sell directly in Europe, we are still open to resellers. So if you have a small store or a chain of stores, you can reach out to us and we'll definitely present our terms to you. If we can find an agreement, we can start working. All right, let's dive into the final section, which is about headphones. So what does not a single line of code mean? So we've been using this slogan, if you will, for quite a while. It means that these are flat out of the box, so they sound flat. They are very well balanced using acoustics. So there is no electronics in them. There is no VST plugins required to make them flat. So this is pure acoustics and audio engineering, delivering true sound every time. Whatever you plug them in, they just work. That's what we mean when we say not a single line of code. Can I open them myself and tighten the screws? Well, it's not ideal. It would be nice to ask for help from us, so we can make a little note knowing that they were opened at some point with enough for us personnel, so that if a warranty claim happens somewhere down the road, we know they were not tampered and that you were actually allowed to do that by our engineers. What is B-stock item? I've already told that earlier, but let's do it again. So B-stock items are cosmetically damaged items from the manufacturing process. These are like tiny little scratches on the back plates, or little droplets of paint on the headband, something like that. A minor tears in the fabrics or stuff like that. So sonically, they are exactly the same as the A-stock, but they, their cosmetics is slightly below what we want to, ship as the A-stock, and that makes them B-stock. So we don't throw pieces away. We try to be a sustainable company, and at the same time, it offers, a little bit lower pricing to people that maybe cannot afford a 400-euro headphone. So B-stock would get them to the same results for a little bit less money. It's not always available, so after a production goes through a few cycles, we store them a little bit away, and when we have like 50 units available or more, then we release the B-stock option on the web page. So stay close to our social media to know exactly when that is possible. Can I get a hard case for my headphones in your web store? Yes, the hard case will be available soon. So at the moment of recording this one, it's still not available, but will be in a few weeks. You will be able to buy it from the spare parts store. It will be designed to fit the S4 series headphones perfectly and make them very safe for travel. What's the major difference between the S4X and the S4R headphones? So obviously the S4X are open back, so they are designed for mixing engineers, and the closed back, the S4R version, are more for recording, podcasting, and producing. In their sound signature, they're fairly the same, although the S4X will develop a little bit more soundstage. They will have a little bit warmer sound, and they are closer to what the majority of other companies making studio headphones would consider a fairly balanced and flat design. So that would be the more flat option if you're looking for a flat sound. So flat out of the box is the S4X. The S4R are also there, very flat. Actually, with the 318-1 standard of measuring headphones, the S4R will measure even flatter than the S4X. But in reality, and with the feedback from our users, the S4X are the one to go and to use if you're trying to get a headphone that you can plug into whatever output and have a flat and nicely balanced sound. What amps should I use to drive the OLLO headphones? You can use whatever. It's a 32 ohm headphone, so impedance is 32 ohms on both models, which means that they will work with smartphones as well. It's not ideal to use just smartphone outputs or laptop outputs, because those amplifiers are not really, they are not great. So if you can, try to have separate units, audio interface to drive them. Even better if you can afford a proper headphone amplifier. And many of our reviewers and users are telling us that they really shine with a tube amp. So I don't know, up to you. Go check it out. Do you have longer cables available? No, we only have 2-meter cable. This again was derived from the feedback from our users. So in the early days, we offered 1.2 meters, so the short cable. Then for a while, we've been offering 3-meter cables. And in reality, the 3-meter cable for mixing engineers was not a great choice, because the cable goes down from the desktop and tangles into your chair and stuff like that. So 1.2 was too short, 3-meter was too long, and we ended up with a 2-meter long cable. But you can buy replacement cables on the free market of whatever length, or you can make one. It's not really a problem. Do you use any materials of animal origins? No, we do not. So all the leather over here is artificial leather. For example, this over here is Nautix leather or nautical leather. It's used on boats, so it's very, very durable. It's gonna last a long time. Which side is the right and which side is the left of the headphones? Well, it depends on the cable. So the cable has a marking L and R that determines what is left and what is right. Also on the 1.1 models, the cable is a little bit angled, or the plug is angled to one side, so you can easily know what is front and what is back once you plug the cables in. You can always switch the cables around and use the headphones with the angled position going, backwards or forwards, depending on how you use them. If you use them, for mixing, you want to have the cable going straight forward. If you're using them for recording, you sweep them around and you will have the cable going behind your back. So that's, just a nice little touch to make them even more comfortable, and, so you can channel your creativity better without, being disturbed with technicalities. Where are your headphones made? They are made in Slovenia, in EU. We are basically 1 hour drive away from Venice, Italy, if that helps you put us into the map. Can I get my headphones upgraded outside of EU? At the moment, upgrades are only available inside EU, but we are working really hard to bring the upgrades available to all customers outside of the EU as well. And that was like 40 minutes of me talking to the camera, frequently asked questions, OLLO Live edition, probably the most boring one I have ever recorded. Bye.